Let's talk about the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. Another government funding deadline is looming next month. What's the strategy for House Democrats?
Our strategy remains the same. Since we had the GOP manufactured debt crisis back in May, we came together and in a bipartisan fashion set the top lines for our budget. We already know, we've already voted, we've put it into law where those numbers should be. We are going to continue to go back to the new speaker and say, live up to those numbers.
Will you help him out when it comes to voting? If that's the number, if the number is that top line, will you vote with him?
Absolutely. Democrats have carried it is because of Democrats that we haven't shut down. Those numbers did not come from GOP votes. Those are carried by Democrats. We want to govern. What we are not seeing out of this majority in the House is they're doing nothing. They're doing nothing to address what I hear about from my constituents every day, that when they go to the grocery store, they're facing high prices they can't afford. They are still facing prescription drugs they can't afford. And what are we seeing? We're seeing a fake sham impeachment process, censures, civil wars within the GOP. The American people are standing outside looking at the MAGA majority saying, how do we fit into any of this? We will continue to work with them anytime they want to come and work for the American people.
Former Speaker Kevin McCarthy is leaving Congress. Quick thoughts on that.
I think that's the right move. What we saw with Kevin McCarthy was a speaker who was willing to give the gavel over to the extremists in his party. And it was about power for power's sake instead of focusing on the needs of families at home.
So you think it's the right move?
I do.
Okay.
You arrived on Capitol Hill in December of 2013. You'll be running for re-election to the 5th District next year, 2024. Nancy Pelosi was the first woman to serve as Speaker of the House. Could you see yourself as the second in that position?
I am very much looking forward to Hakeem Jeffries, Speaker of the House, and that's going to be my goal. And what we're seeing as we go into 2024 is that we really are a country at a crossroads, and we have to make a decision. Are we going to choose democracy? Are we going to choose to tackle the problems that families are facing? Or are we going to choose fascism and Donald Trump and a continue of this MAGA extremism that is dividing us instead of bringing us together?
Is that a not now?
That is a firm. I think that Hakeem Jeffries, as the next speaker, will not only be a historical speaker, but is going to be able to work as a team, which I am so proud to be part of, to bring the voices of working families in this country back into the corridors of power and get this Congress working for them again.
And will Democrats pick up the George Santos seat on Long Island, do you think?
We're going to do everything we can to get that one.
All right. Our thanks to Congresswoman Katherine Clark, the Democratic whip. We appreciate it. Happy holidays.
Thank you.
For being
Happy
with us.
holidays.
Happy holidays to you.